The Butcher's Dust Part 2, The Family That Eats Alone. Jack Mallory didn't remember turning the truck around. One moment, he was driving past mile markers that refused to change. The next, the sun was behind him again, and the old crook sign stood clear as a vulture's cry. Sallow Farm produce and supper. The needle on his gas gauge hadn't moved. The road behind him was gone. Jack sat in the truck for over an hour. He watched dust settle. The windmill creaked like an old hinge. When he finally stepped out, he noticed something else. His boots were wet. Not with oil, not water. Flickering like firelight, though there was no smoke from the chimney. Blood. The farmhouse looked the same. But the light inside was wrong. The dining room was empty. Plates said again 3 this time. The smell of meat hung heavy, spiced with something he now recognized. Formaldehyde and decay. He entered. No one greeted him this time. The girl appeared in the hallway. "You tried to leave," she said. "That always makes them hungrier." Jack backed away. "What is this place?" She stepped closer. "It used to be a farm, but it hasn't grown anything since the war before last." "You're not real," he whispered. She touched his hand. "Neither are you anymore." His legs pumped through sand and brittle weeds until he reached a line of barbed wire. Beyond it, flat horizon, no roads, no sun. He ran. Out the door, across the dirt yard, past the barn, the smokehouse, the scattered piles of bones. Only a moon, full and sickly yellow, hanging in a sky that didn't look like Texas anymore. Behind him, someone was singing. The woman's voice low, cracked, rhythmic. Jack turned. The Sallows stood in a row mother, the girl, the twins, and the old man who was supposed to be gone. They all watched in silence. Only the girl moved. "You're part of the soil now," she said. Jack woke in the barn. Again, the same way he had days ago. Or was it weeks? His coat was folded neatly beside him. His boots were clean. The barn smelled of clove and smoke. Had it all been a dream? At the bottom, a hall stretched forward, lit by hanging bulbs that flickered. He stumbled outside. The sun was back, low on the horizon. His truck was gone. No footprints anywhere. Then he saw the door. Not to the farmhouse, but behind the smokehouse hidden, behind stacked crates and burlap sacks. He pulled them away and opened it. A staircase led down wood, warped by time, sticky with warmth. Jack descended slowly. The air grew wet and thick. On either side, rooms filled with hanging meat. Some dressed like cattle, others still wore shoes. Each had tags' handwritten names. Some were decades old, some had fresh ink. He moved forward. The last room had a table. On it, a ledger. He opened it. One held a cleaver, the other a spool of red thread. Inside, lists of visitors, dates, cuts of meat. And there, in the final row, Mallory, Jack, tenderloin, flank. Ready, the pen beside the entry was still wet. He didn't stop until his legs gave out. A noise echoed behind him. He turned. The twins stood in the hallway, grinning. "Don't worry," one said. "We don't waste nothing." Jack ran. Up the stairs, through the brush, toward the horizon. All of them faded. All of them the same scene. The Sallow family, standing on the porch, different years, different guests seated at the table. But no matter how far he went, the wind carried their laughter. And the smell. Always the smell. He found himself back at the gas station, burned out, roof collapsed. Ashes scattered in the shape of footprints. Inside, the walls were covered in photos. In the most recent photo, Jack, sitting with a smile he didn't remember. The date beneath it. Today. The desert doesn't remember, the old man had said. But Jack now knew the truth. The desert remembers everything. It just doesn't let you leave with it. He walks now, not to escape, but because that's what they let him do. Some guests become meat, others become stories. He's not sure which is worse. Every dusk, the sign appears again. Sallow Farm produce and supper, and Jack feels the hunger rise. The end.